Hi guys, this is an alignment yoga challenge, third week, and we have an active class today. Today we're going to work with an understanding what is core in yoga and how to use it. You might think of core as a six-pack layer, but when you also look at a person who does yoga regularly, you won't see that six-pack abs on him. And that person is using the core. In yoga, we have to use the core. And so in yoga, the core is not that six-pack layer, not that outer layer. In yoga, the core is that inner layer of integrating the whole body to the center. Let's look at it closely. Take your pinky fingers to your front hip points, so these bony parts, and then take your thumbs into your bottom front ribs. Sit tall, relaxing the shoulders, and then think about drawing your belly button up towards those ribs and drawing the ribs a little bit down towards the belly button. So you have that connection, integration, but I hope you can feel it, that it's not only the front, not only the surface, it's really deep inside of you. Maybe you even feel that warming up sensation inside of yourself. This is our true center of body, how yoga sees it. Now let's hold this connection, but you can release your arms on your thighs, palms facing up. We're going to keep holding the connection, but we will do some kind of pranayama. And in this pranayama, with your inhale, I want you to think about expanding wider. And as you exhale, think about getting into that very strong center of yours. And that's inside, not forward. As you inhale, get bigger. Just keep holding the core. Get wider, get out to the periphery of your body, to the skin. And as you exhale, get inside of yourself, to that very center. Deeper and deeper. As you inhale and expand, think about inhaling as much air as it's possible. As you exhale, think about exhaling all that air to the center, so the center feels empty and the core feels naked. Inhale, get out, extend yourself so much that maybe you feel extended beyond the borders of your body. As you exhale, in, until there is nothing to exhale. Inhale everything and get wider beyond your body. Exhale inside of your body to the center. Exhale all the way. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Take your hands to pray at your heart center. We'll open our class with one Om. Inhale. Take a big breath in and lengthen your spine. With your exhale, open your eyes and release your arms by your sides. Good. Let's come forward onto your hands and knees. Today for the class, we're going to use our 2 blankets and 2 blocks. And if your knees are sensitive, you can open up your blanket and place it under your knees now. Take your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. So you're standing here on all fours. Okay. Now, how this connection looks on your back is this. So when you are disconnected in your front, you see the lower back gets down. So it's getting really shorter. And when you connect in navel to bottom ribs or even further up to the chest, you see how that lifts your belly forward and that elongates your back. So try it a few times, relaxing, and feel how it affects your front. And then elongate your lower back, feel how it affects your front, connecting. And you want to hold that connection. Step your legs behind you. Plank pose. Now your shoulders are still over your wrists. The lower back is still long. You can stretch the heels back, you can stretch the crown forward. Keep holding that connection. That helps you to make this plank stronger. Staying here still. And as you exhale, land your knees on the floor. Keep your toes tucked, just sit back and down. Relax for a breath in and out. Go back forward onto your hands and knees. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Navel towards heart, so the back is getting longer. Extend your legs behind you for your plank. And also think about magnetizing your hands back and your toes forward, so you have that integration working for you. Now we're gonna do a fun plank. You'll swing your heels out to the left, stepping the feet down. And then it goes in stages, so you can stop at any stage. Next stage is to pick up the right hand onto your left shoulder. Next, right elbow into your left elbow crease, so your belly becomes more parallel to the ground. Next, press in more with your right foot, lift your left leg up. Stay here, breathe in, breathe out, one more inhale. Exhale, foot down, hand down, unturn. Lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog, let your navel relax. As you inhale, roll forward back into your plank, and let's do it on the second side. First, we find the connection. Long lower back, navel to chest, and then also to connect it more, hands energetically pulling back, feet energetically pulling forward. There is a magnet between your hands and feet. Turn your heels to the right, step the feet down. Lift your left hand onto your right shoulder. It's in stages, you can stop at any time. Elbow to the elbow crease. Curling in a little bit. Pressing the left foot down, lift your right leg up. Stay, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, step your foot and hand down, unturn your heels, and lift your hips up and back. Find your downward facing dog. In the downward facing dog, we also use the core. Press the hands forward, elongate your upper body all the way up to the sides of your hips. And then your hips are tipping a little bit up and back. Think about sending your navel up towards your front lower ribs. Sending your front ribs a little down towards your navel. Although we're upside down, but the connection is still exactly the same as when we were sitting or when we did the plank. So that when we connect in downward facing dog, we're also not dropping the chest. Sometimes some people are very flexible there. Or we're not lifting the hips so much that we do the full back bend. So downward facing dog is not a back bend, and you can check it by elongating your lower back and sending your navel towards your heart. Take a breath in and exhale. And now just start walking forward towards your hands. When you get forward, I want you to open your feet about hips width distance wide, spread your toes, feet parallel. Inhale, lengthen out. And with that length, try to send your navel towards the front ribs. And as you exhale, bend your elbows and fold over your legs. If your fingertips are not touching the ground, you can take your hands on the blocks to bring the floor up to you. And then as you find your comfortable position over here, that forward fold, Uttanasana, I want you to relax.
I want you to actually keep working with your legs very strongly, pressing the feet. You know how we work with legs, lifting the kneecaps, squeezing the outer hips in. And because of you work so much with your legs, you can allow your upper body extend down and relax. And then also your modification may be to bend your knees. That's totally fine here. I want you to feel extension and then relaxation of your upper body. Stay for one more inhale, one more exhale. Inhale, lengthen forward. Connect a little bit more here. Core is active. Belly to front, bottom ribs. Place your hands up on your hips, point your elbows to the sky and press the feet, come up to stand, breathe in. Okay, go to the center of your mat and you can spread your blocks one to each side. Have your big toes together and heels slightly away. Find your mountain pose, Tadasana. In mountain pose, we also use the core, that inner integration to the center. We send the navel up and we flatten. We kind of try to relax the bottom ribs down a little bit. Stay here. And then bend your knees and take your fingertips together. Inhale. Exhale, open your legs out. You can hop or you can walk for warrior two position. Bending the left knee a little bit, turn the foot just a touch in. Bend your right knee and turn your foot forward. Spread out through your arms even more. Think about navel towards your heart or towards your bottom ribs. Bottom ribs are not pushed forward, they're inside of you. And as you exhale, bend your front knee. Are you still holding the core? In every pose in yoga, almost every pose, we use the core. And sometimes we use it differently. Looking forward, warrior two, Virabhadrasana II. Remember what we did on the first week, on the second week. First week was about the length of the side body, so you still elongate. And the second week was about foundation, about legs. So keep using what you already learned and adding the new piece of information about the core in this class. Another inhale, exhale. Inhale, lengthen your front leg. Go down for triangle pose. Take your block to the outside of your leg. If you use it, you should use it any height. And then think about what you did before, first class, second class. And now core. Navel towards your heart, even here. Even here you can feel that connection. You can hold it with your hand as well at first, so you can feel it. Then when you're ready, you are turning and opening up. Long body, strong legs. Triangle pose is a very nice pose. For me, the yoga class is not complete if I don't do the triangle. It helps with sciatica pains, with arthritis, and it helps a lot to shape the legs, to correct some minor deformities in the legs. And then it also exercises all the muscles of the legs all up to hips, and then it opens, supports the extension of the chest, and it relieves some pains in the neck as well. Press the feet down, inhale, come up. As you exhale, extended side angle, bend your front leg like for warrior two. Land your right hand down like for triangle pose. And then that hand can go lower if you need to. And then take your left arm up and over your ear. Press the front leg onto your front arm. Keep bending the front leg, but keep standing on the back foot.
And then do like triangle pose here in this hip area, lifting up the hip point. And then lift your entire upper body, turning it up higher and higher. Holding it here. Okay, so warriors, Iyengar recommends to hold them for up to 30 seconds. And then other standing poses up to a whole minute, but at least 30 seconds. And I hope that you noticed, the longer you hold, the more your body is changing right inside of the pose. Okay, and as we inhale, exhale, press the feet down, inhale, come up, straighten the front leg, bend your right knee and turn your foot in, move your feet to parallel, and turn that back foot a little bit. Okay, second side, open your arms out wide, bend your right knee and turn the foot slightly in, bend your left knee and turn the toes to face forward. For warrior two, spread the arms wide, think about core, navel to heart. There is a connection that we want to hold. Bend your front leg. Sitting deeply, but we cannot say we sit deeply into our front leg, because usually if we do that, we lean a little forward. We want to stay upright, crown over the pubic bone. Spread out through your arms more and more. Keep sitting deeply. The warriors, they really help to shape the legs, to exercise the muscles of the legs. The warriors also help with the core. Then straighten your left leg and go down for your triangle pose, taking the block next to the leg. Okay. Let's check what we have here. The length of the side body, the strength of the legs, pressing the feet down and lifting all the muscles of the legs up. Squeezing your outer hips in. And then out of that, can you turn and open up? Then you can descend the top hand just to check what's going on in front. Some people used to move the front ribs a little forward, and so the arm may go a little back. And the buttocks also goes back. So correct that if it's you. Tailbone back, belly towards your front ribs towards your belly. You have an integration here inside of you. But because you already got the length and you turn in, it feels so good. Keep holding the triangle, breathing naturally without making your breath too deep. Just breathe normally. Now press your feet down, inhale and pick yourself up. Bend your front leg. Take your left hand down onto your block. If you made it lower on the first side, do it here again. Extend your right arm up and over your ear. Press the left leg onto your arm. Extend your sides. Turn and open up to see underneath your armpit. Okay, and then think about your core. Navel towards heart, front ribs towards your navel. Keep turning and opening, looking up. I have a little problem with my top arm today, but it should be here over the ear. For me, it's a little bit painful. I overexercise my muscles. You cannot believe what I did. I was playing darts and I did that. Okay. Press the feet down, inhale, come up. Straighten in your left leg. Rebend your left knee to turn the foot in. and unturn the right foot so the feet are parallel. Take your hands up on your hips, point your elbows back, finding that broadness, openness through the chest. You may even back bend just a touch to extend that space between your belly and your front ribs to start. Let's do that. Inhale, exhale, start going down. We're gonna stop halfway. Going down, going down, going down, going down. Halfway here, we stop. And then we connect navel a little bit more towards the front ribs a little down. So you have that strength, integration. And with that, fold all the way down, just as much as you can. Then, if your head is not on the floor for today, you can grab a block and place it on the block. And if it's on the ground, great, just keep it there. Just try not to put weight on your head. Your weight is on your hands and on your feet. Elbows are pointing back. And today we'll work more with the legs in this pose, with the arms in this pose, pointing elbows back, making your shoulders strong. So that our upper body, that place of core, is not working anymore. It's relaxing and is able to extend. This is Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. And this pose is very good for our hips. It exercises, it corrects the hips. It's great for the outer stretch of the ankles and calf muscles. And also, this is the pose, is the substitution of Shirshasana, of the headstand. Sometimes people cannot do headstand for some health reasons. So instead of headstand, they can do this pose. It also brings the blood flow to the upper body and head, like a headstand. So that's why it's a substitution. Stay for another inhale, another exhale, and then press the feet more down. Lengthen your fingertips forward so they go underneath your shoulders. Point your fingers up on your hips, hold your hips, point your elbows up, press the feet, come up to stand. Open your arms out wide, bend your knees, inhale, exhale, hop in your feet and fingertips together, reach your arms by your sides. Give yourself a little break, standing strongly in Tadasana pose, mountain pose. You can close your eyes even. Good, open up your eyes. Second cluster of our poses. You can slide your blocks out of the way and let's bring them to the right. Bend your knees, fingertips together, inhale. Exhale to hop out or to walk out. And then bending your left knee, hop your left foot a little forward towards the left edge of your mat. Turn your foot in, for warrior one pose. And then bend your right knee, turn your foot forward. Bend your left knee more and turn the foot a little bit more in for like 45 degrees of that back foot. Turning your pelvis to the right, front hip points shining forward. Then let's think about core. When you won't use the core, the tailbone is moving back. But here in the warrior one, you need to use the core. Think about bottom of your navel, your belly button at least, reaches up towards your front ribs. Reach your arms up overhead. Reach up as much as you can to lengthen your side body. Find strength through the legs. Maybe connect your hands to prayer. And then bend your right knee, sitting deeply down into your warrior one. Navel up towards your front ribs. But it's an extension of the core here. So the front ribs are not tipping down, otherwise we won't have a back bend. Belly up, but front ribs up even higher to the heart. And the connection here is skipping the ribs, but it integrates inside of us. Maybe you can feel it. From the belly button, but inside, up to the heart center. So it's like one string connects these 2 points. And then from your heart center, you connect them up higher to your fingertips. Another inhale, exhale, inhale, straighten your right leg, turn your palms away and draw a big circle in. Take your fingertips together, point your fingertips up for revolved reverse prayer. Walk your hands up as high up in between your shoulder blades as your body allows you to do so. For pyramid pose, shorten the stance just a touch. Keep turning your pelvis forward. And we're gonna go down, but we're gonna stop halfway. As much as you can, connect through the palms, but make sure it's not hurting your wrists. Lift up, inhale, tighten your navel up. Exhale, go forward, forward, forward until you reach the halfway point. On the halfway point, check that your left hip is not opening to the left, it's aiming towards your right knee. And in the half point, connect. Belly towards front ribs towards belly. Elongate your side body, holding that connection. Grow forward. Make sure you're using your kneecaps lifted. Exhale, fold all the way to your front leg. And if possible, relax your head. Then if you need your blocks and your hands not behind your back but down, go ahead and that's going to be your modification. This pose, Parsvottanasana, side stretch, is supposed to stretch the side body, of course. And it works our legs a lot. It works all the way up to hips. And then in the upper body, it helps the extension. It's called the extension, so we have to extend here. And then in the upper body, if you're doing the variation like I'm doing, then you're also exercising your shoulders, your wrists. Inhale, slide your hands back and take your hands down. Let's grab our 2 blocks, placing each of them around the front foot. And then your blocks can go at any height. For example, I would do that on the highest height. Now, maybe just a couple of years ago, I started doing that on the medium height. Send your hips back, tailbone back, magnetize your feet, press the feet down, lengthen your spine forward, you're at the halfway point. Take your right hand on your hip and hold your left hand on the left block, stretching forward. As you stretch forward as much as you can, start turning to the right. Then, while you are not turned all the way yet, think about navel towards your low ribs towards your navel. Keep extending through the sides against that core connection. Turn more and more and more and more until you cannot turn anymore, and then lift your right arm up. Let the chest get bigger. This pose also working the legs, of course, checking our balance, checking our stability, and it works the greatness of our chest. Okay, now if you are able to, take your left hand onto your right block and turn a little more. It works a lot with our lower back, so if you have any pain, this pose is great to release the pain around the lower back area. It also helps to reduce the fat around the hips and waist area. Elongate the right arm forward, grab your 2 blocks with each hand. Picking up the blocks with us, press the feet down, inhale, come up. Bend your right knee, turn the foot in, Bend your left knee, unturn the left foot. And then let's place the blocks to the left. Your feet should be in diagonal, so let's correct it to be in one line, parallel. Come up all the way. Think about connection navel to the low ribs a little down. Bend your right knee, hop your right foot a little bit forward towards the left edge of the mat. And then turn your right foot in one time first. Bend your left knee, turn the left foot to face forward. For warrior one, it's a little longer position than for next poses. So if you need, walk your left foot a little forward to the edge of the mat. And then back foot turns up to 45 degrees. Turn your pelvis forward, just as much forward as it's possible now. Warrior one, reach your arms out and up, finding the length through the sides of your body. And then as you bend your left knee, think about low part of your belly coming up higher to your front ribs and connecting your belly to the heart all the way passing the ribs. And then hands together, sitting deeply into your front leg. Keep turning your pelvis forward. Feel that connection, that your tailbone is not left behind. It's aiming in because your navel is working in and up. Warrior one helps to shape the legs, to muscularize the legs, to shape the hips and to correct some minor deformities around the hips and ankles as well as all other poses. And then it helps us to open up the heart, helps with the neck as well. Straighten the left leg, turn your palms away, reach back, find your fingertips together. If you extended your left foot to touch forward, you can bend the knee and hop the foot a little closer in, foot pyramid pose, Parsvakonasana. Turn your fingertips up and as much as possible walk them up between your shoulder blades. As much as possible, connect your thumbs, your palms. Inhale, lean just a touch back, elongate your front. As you exhale, start turning from right to left as you go down gradually, and you go only to halfway point. Reach forward through the crown, lengthen your spine. And then as you lengthen in your side body, notice that you're not just dropping your front. Your front is integrated inside of your connection, belly to chest or to your low ribs, whichever you are more comfortably to think about. Inhale. As you exhale, keep turning to your left foot. Go all the way down, just as much as you can. Okay, try not to drop your shoulders, especially if your arms are in that Namaskar mudra. Pyramid, relax your head, your neck. Notice how your legs are supposed to work hard here, especially when your hands are not down. Can you still hold that elongation of your sides while working with your legs? All right, sending your hands back to your lower back, frame your left foot and grab your blocks. On high height probably, or medium height. I don't think we should go to low height in our active class yet. The blocks are framing the front foot. Right hand on the right block. Keep tightening your kneecaps, keep pressing your feet down, keep turning your pelvis like in previous pose. And take a hold of your left hip with your left hand. Extend forward, keep turning, turn not all the way, and check your core strength. Navel to front ribs. Keep extending through the sides, turn more and more and more, and more and more, until you cannot turn anymore. Keep holding yourself strongly with your legs. Lift your left arm up. strong pose. Revolved triangle. Revolved extended triangle. Parivrtta, Trikonasana. Then switch the right hand to the left block, if it's possible. Keep turning. Another inhale. Exhale, release your hands onto your blocks. Okay, let's just push the right block out of the way. Press the feet down, come up to stand and bend in the knees. Put your feet in one line parallel. Open your arms out wide, bend your knees, inhale. Exhale, feet together. Release your arms by your sides. Let's take the blocks out of the way for now. And let's grab one blanket. This is just for extra softness, extra comfort. Can be definitely done without blanket. Place the blanket open like this on your mat, somewhere to the center. And then extend your legs forward for like Dandasana. You can sit in the center of your blanket. We are just starting here for this pose, so we won't stay. Okay. Straight legs. Start leaning back, trying to hold this 90 degrees angle just as much as it's okay for you. Leaning back, lifting up your legs. You can do it through the bending of the legs. Send your arms forward. Your legs can be fully straight if it's possible, or you can bend them but keep straightening them as much as possible. And we stay here and we hold. What we not hold is the breath. Elongate the back. Make sure your lower back is erect, is strong, lengthened. And here we work a lot on making our back stronger. So if it's not possible now, just hold the backs of your thighs. It will be easier. Okay, and then we stay here. We breathe, but we don't breathe deeply. Inhale up, step your feet down. Hug your front shins and relax your forehead. Deepening your navel inside of yourself, letting it rest. Good. And now, second part of this pose, that was Paripurna Navasana, full boat pose. And now Ardha Navasana, so we point the toes down, we stretch the arms forward, straighten the legs as much as possible, inhale. As you exhale, go halfway down, and then hold in here, keep breathing. The crown is reaching back, the legs are reaching forward. And this is half Navasana, half boat pose. Keep breathing, keep holding, but then not holding the breath. Inhale, come up. Oh, that was a lot. Take your feet down. And like before, holding your legs, relax your forehead. Drop your navel inside of yourself, let it rest. These two poses, they exercise our core a lot. And they make it stronger, definitely. And they also make the lower back stronger. And a lot in life depends on our lower back, you know. Women need it for children, and then everyone needs it. If you look at older people and those who weren't exercising during their lives earlier, they hold onto their lower backs a lot, and we can definitely see that this person is old. That's how you see it. And then when it's still the same age, older person, but he's not holding onto his back. He feels younger and he's aging less. He's capable of doing more things than those of his age with the lower back problems. So these two poses are great. Also, Navasana works, the full Navasana pose works on our intestines. Let's do it again. Extend your legs, send your arms forward. As we breathe, not deeply, but we don't hold the breath. It works on our intestines. And then the second one, Ardha Navasana, lower a little bit. Stretch out still. It works on our liver, spleen, and gallbladder. As we not hold in the breath, but we just breathe in, not too deep. Inhale, come up. Okay, good job. Let's take this blanket out of our way and we'll continue exercising the core. Next pose is called Urdhva Prasarita Padasana, which is translated upward facing, upward extended legs. So let's go down on our back. Another strong pose. Extend your legs forward and take your arms by your sides, palms can face down. Try not to push the hands too much down so they won't help too much. Mostly it should be your core and legs that are working. Okay, as you inhale, lift your legs about 30 degrees off of the floor. Staying here. Let's count 7 breaths. 1, 2, not deep, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 30 degrees higher to 60 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Higher to 90 degrees, and here we rest. As we lift the legs, you can close your eyes. Lower back is totally on the ground. Core is sinking down. Bend your knees, drop your feet on the floor, and extend your legs forward. We have to do it 3 times. So inhale 30 degrees away from the ground, or more or less 7 breaths. Thirty more. And lift your legs up to 90 degrees, and it feels easier here. Ready for the next round? Bend your knees, step your feet down, and extend your legs forward. Lift your legs 30 degrees off from the ground, hold it. Don't hold your breath, keep breathing. About 7 inhales and exhales. Lift your legs higher, 30 degrees more. And higher to 90 degrees. Still, we are not entirely resting here, but it definitely feels less. Bend your knees, drop your feet on the floor. Let's take a little break. Open your feet about mat width distance away and connect your knees together. And you can touch your belly or your chest or both. Or just keep relaxing your arms on the floor. I definitely feel my core. You should feel it too. And then there are just a few poses left. So we're gonna grab our 2 blankets, 1 block, and we will slide, I will slide the mat away from my wall behind there for our routine, for our Halasana, plow pose, and shoulder stand. And we do it like before. You grab 1 blanket at a time, align it with the back edge of your mat, 1 blanket on top of another, very smooth, very flat, so no discomfort there. Okay, and then when you did that, take the front edge of your mat and take it over, leaving about 2 inches or so of your blanket there. And then we will grab the block, place it where your blanket and over here. All right, so I'm gonna watch this time how long we're gonna hold it. All right, let's start with Halasana. You sit on the block, scoot a little forward, lower down, you know this. And then measure 3 to 4 fingers from the edge of your blanket to the beginning of your shoulders, to the beginning of your skin. With that, lift your legs up, take your feet behind you, Halasana. Send your arms back towards your feet for now. Stay. Make sure your neck is relaxed. Back of your neck is lengthening. You're not on the crown of your head, you're on the back of your head. Now elongate your arms forward on the mat and lean onto your right. Pick up the left shoulder underneath you. Elongate your arm. Lean onto your left. Roll the right shoulder underneath you. Okay, and then clasp your hands the first way. Extend your arms forward. We're gonna stay here for 1 minute. Straightening your elbows. Halasana is very nice pose for the core as well. You see how here the core is squeezed in, so we're getting more blood supply around this area. And when we release the Halasana, the rejuvenation of this region happening. Besides that, Halasana is a really great pose to do every day. It helps us with many things, with shoulders, with back pains, for people who have problems breathing. It helps as well because it also brings more blood supply to the throat region. Okay, now switching the clasp of your hands. Very nice. Your elbows are straight. And Halasana also works the wrist, the elbows, and the shoulders. Almost there. Good. And then we're gonna do the shoulder stand. Sorry. To take the cap off. Okay, so shoulder stand. Walk a little bit more side to side to send your shoulders more under, and then take your hands onto your back. Walk your hands down so it gets closer to your upper back, and then lift one leg and lift the second leg. Okay. Extend through the legs. As you already know, shoulder stand is maybe the most beneficial pose of all the poses. So, shoulder stand is the mother of all poses. And like mother, it helps, it strives for the harmony and happiness of the whole human system. Happiness and harmony for the whole human system. So it's all about everything. It's about our thyroid and parathyroid glands that are having more blood supply, meaning more nutrients coming there. And then it's about our shoulders, about the relaxation and extension of the back of the neck, which, by the way, is the back of the neck is responsible for how our face looks. So it's our younger look if we do this pose every day. And then this pose helps a lot when we don't feel energetic. This pose brings up the vitality, brings up energy into the person's body. What else? What else? This pose is legs up, shoulders down, so it's an inversion. And it helps to bring more blood supply to our upper body and head and shoulders. And probably because of that, it releases the tension of from our brain, from our mind. It helps the nervous system. It releases headaches, probably because we stretch the neck. Even chronic headaches, they disappear. And also it helps people suffering from insomnia. So it's such a great pose. We should really try and do it every day. Keep extending yourself up and keep standing vertically. Notice how you breathe. You can look at your belly and see it move. Hold them. And that's enough. Gradually slide your hands up towards your buttocks. Gradually send your feet behind you. We did it, guys. Halasana once again. Take your hands forward and grab the sides of your mat. Push the mat forward. Take your time to roll one vertebra at a time on the ground. When the last vertebra is down, tailbone, you bend your knees and step your feet down. Feet a little wider than your hips, so you can drop your knees in together. And take your hands down on your body, probably on your belly. Feel a lot of things, a lot of spots that got heated up in your body with that shoulder stand. We need to calm all the way down here. Okay. Let's roll over onto your side. And let's really slowly come up to sit. Alright. And we'll take the block out for now and we'll open the mat. Last pose is Savasana, but it's not going to be simple Savasana. The third week of the program suggests to do the Ujjayi Pranayama in Savasana. So what we do first is we take the blanket, bend it like this, fold it like this, and rounded edge forward, fringes back, not rounded edge back. And for the second, so this is your pillow. If you want to use the regular pillow, more comfortable pillow, go ahead. And then for the second blanket, we're going to use it on top of us for today. Also fold it exactly like the first one. Grab your two blocks and place your blocks on the lowest height in one line, lowest height. And just feel where it's going to be comfortable for your legs to be on those blocks. For most of us, it's above the knees. But then for some, it can be closer to the knees. And maybe you won't find a comfortable spot here for the blocks. And then you'll take the heels onto the blocks. Check all the positions, whichever suits you best today. Maybe tomorrow it's going to be different. This blanket goes on top of you. When you lay down, just adjust the top pillow blanket. Make sure your legs are comfortable. And then take this top blanket onto your navel. For some extra recognition of that area that worked hard for us today. For that extra relaxation, extra weight of that area. Take your hands out for regular Shavasana, but today we're going to use the Jnana Mudra. We will connect the thumbs and the index fingers together like this. Palms are facing up and the rest of the fingers are trying to stay extended. The index finger, it symbolizes the person's soul. And the thumb symbolizes the universal soul. And as this, we have it in connection, is this rounded, nice circle. It symbolizes the knowledge, combined knowledge of both universal and individual soul. Make sure your arms and shoulders are relaxed. And Ujjayi Pranayama, really elongate the back of your neck, adjust it with your blanket if you need to, so that that blanket is not underneath the root of your neck, it's only underneath your head, so the neck can stay long. Now, we need to hear the sounds of our breath. It's going to be a sound sa with the inhale and ha with an exhale. Sa as you inhale, ha as you exhale. Sa, ha. But truly only us, only we need to hear those sounds. The people around you, if they would be near us, they shouldn't hear it. So that's the Ujjayi Pranayama according to very knowledgeable teacher, B.K.S. Iyengar. So let's trust him and let's not make those sounds too loud, right? Also, we don't have that chin lock here because we are in the reclining position, so the sounds are even less. Okay, ready. With an inhale, think about sa sound that feels in your upper palate, in the root of your upper palate. And exhale with the ha in mind, that you also feel in the root of your upper palate. Just keep inhaling and exhaling like this, thinking those sounds. Feeling the root of your palate, the upper palate. So the top of your throat, it feels opened. That's how you can hear it. This breath is going to be rather long, so don't be afraid that you have disconnected. Just breathe, and I will let you know when to come out of it. Finishing up with the breath. Release your fingers. Make your breath deeper and let it flow throughout your entire body. Find your big extension through the arms. Extend your toes forward. And then bend your legs. Roll over onto your side. Stay here. And very slowly round yourself up to sit. Crossing your legs, sit tall. Have your chest opened, but think last time in class about your navel up and front ribs a little down, finding that connection very deeply inside of yourself. Take your hands to pray at your heart center, and we will sing one Om. Try to send your sound into that center, into this connection. Inhale. Om. Bow your head down to your practice. Namaste. Thank you for being here with me.